In this video, I'm going to show you 5 white rum cocktails that I think are better than a spiced rum and coke. Now look, I'm not using this video to have a hate on Bacardi. It's the world's leading white rum brand for a reason. It does a pretty good job. It's a really good price. And to be fair, it doesn't actually taste that bad. All I will say is when you investigate other white unaged rums, you suddenly learn there's a whole world out there to explore that is better than Bacardi. Now, to us bartenders, if we had it our way, when it comes to white rum, you would all be drinking daiquiris. There is no better cocktail, rum, lime and sugar. But I'm not here in this video to get you to shake cocktails. In fact, all 5 of these drinks coming up do not need a shaker. But I really do think you should try a daiquiri. So I'm going to give you kind of a riff on the daiquiri, but tastes just as good. Now, certainly here in the UK, it's very easy to make daiquiri highballs, if you like. You might not think of that. And if you're at home, if you're running a pub or a bar, the highball, like the rum and coke, is just a simple go-to. However, because white rum really plays well with those citrusy notes, a daiquiri highball is just a natural kind of go-to and could be a big seller and a big favourite for home parties. So your favourite sort of white rum of choice, just going to dump 45, 30 ml, whatever, into your favourite highballs. And then mixer-wise, these are super easy to get and really do the job pretty damn well. Fever Tree's Mexican Lime with Yuzu and Fever Tree's Sicilian Lemonade. Other brands have got their own versions of these, like Schweppes do a kind of a bitter lemon that sort of mimics that a little bit, you know, but they are just easy, simple highballs. And I love white rum with that Mexican lime. It is fantastic. If you want to sweeten it up, you could add a dash of sugar syrup. Heck, if you wanted a mojito, this is where this gets really simple and really easy. If you wanted a mojito, just crack off some mint, pop it in there, little bar spoon, just press it down, allow that mint to sort of, the flavour of the mint to kind of work its way through the drink, and you've got a really easy mojito. Then to take that a step further, if you want to turn that into a mango mojito or a mango daiquiri, for example, just use your favourite mango puree or syrup, little squirt, little stir, and that is an incredibly easy mojito, mango mojito, or mango long daiquiri, whatever you want to call it. Simple, but absolutely delicious. Wow, that's so tasty. That's really good. Now, for your second simple white rum cocktail, I'm going to talk about the Paloma. Now, if you talk to bartenders, especially in London and maybe in other big cities here in the UK, they believe it's all about tequila and the Paloma. They believe it's the big cocktail of the moment. And they're right to a certain extent. When you go out, Palomas, they're everywhere. However, we need to get real for a minute because tequila is never going to outsell like rum. It's just not going to happen. Rum is just huge and it's growing and growing and growing. But I really do like the Paloma vibes. And I personally believe that the Paloma is actually better with a decent white rum. Now I'm going to swap the white rum that I'm using in this just for this drink, and I've gone for DropWorks Funk Drop because we've got those notes, those funky notes that you would attribute to Jamaican rum, for example, here in this. And it is a higher ABV. It is 63% ABV, so I'm not going to use as much as I normally would do. I'm going to use about 30 ml. But again, will this work for other normal white rums? Yes, of course it will. I just like a little bit of extra flavour coming through that's different to tequila. Now, it's very basic form. The Paloma is just tequila and grapefruit soda. Some bars would add lime juice to that. Depends on your grapefruit soda, in my opinion. You know, some grapefruit sodas on the market I absolutely love. If we're talking UK, I absolutely love the London Essence grapefruit soda, but I would add a touch of lime to that because it is slightly sweeter. Whereas the Fever Tree one, I just think is really well balanced for just a Paloma as a spirit and mixer. Now that is absolutely delicious. Honestly, try it with like a flavoursome white rum and grapefruit. That is absolutely delicious. But there are things you can do to that as well. Again, you know, to make it more authentic, like a Paloma, you might want a touch of agave. Heck, you could swap that, you can see it behind me, like the watermelon syrup in there, or just any like fun flavors. Like watermelon is a good one, mango is a good one for Palomas, mango and grapefruit, watermelon, grapefruit, they really work well. But I'm just going for a little drizzle of agave nectar in there. 5 to 10 mil, not much. Again, give it a little stir. Now that is absolutely beautiful. Just that little extra touch of sweetness in there, the agave really does work well with white rum. Cocktail 3, I'm going to look at the old fashioned. Now, many of you wouldn't automatically think of a white rum old fashioned, but we have got a cocktail in Rum World called a tea punch. And I'm just going to play with a slight riff on this, but turn it more into an old fashioned. Now, for those of you that don't know, a tea punch is essentially kind of like rum, probably aged rum for the big rum drinkers, but I love it with unaged rum, white rum, but with a little bit of lime cheek and sugar. It's basically kind of like a, again, rum, lime, sugar. You know, you could argue it's more of a daiquiri. And that's the kind of thing we're going for here. Let's just dive into it. Your favourite rum of choice. I'm going to go big because I'm going to drink this at the end of it. So I look big, 45 mil, 60 mil, whatever. Just track it. You don't need mixing glass, just straight into a double old fashioned glass. Now look, I appreciate that many of you are not going to have this. It is easy to get here in the UK. Bristol, you can get it from my mates that drink stuff quite easily and other places. This is a lime sherbet syrup. Okay, so it's got that sort of tart acidity to it, kind of mimics those elements of a tea punch without using like lime juice. You could use lime juice and sugar and do it this, but this has just got elevated flavors to it. There are various other ways you could do this, but I just think this is absolutely cracking. And for the cost of this here in the UK, it's what, 6, 7 quid a bottle? You know, it's really good, and you can do some fun things with this. 5 mil, 10 mil. I'm going 5 mil for me, but if you want to go 10 mil, it's completely up to you. And then for an old fashioned, you're kind of thinking bitters like rum or whiskey, sugar, bitters. So for white rum, what flavors go really, really well? I'm just going to rock out one of these two. Let's get that on the close up. So we've got banana, if that's the white ray rounds, and then we've got banana and bergamot and pineapple and star anise bitters. There are so many different bitters out there. I know bitters are becoming more of a thing, and they're really easy to get here in the UK. Bars would have them. It's so easy. They're long life. They're shelf stable, especially the alcoholic ones. You know, they cost minimal amount in each cocktail, and they will never go off. So I'm just going for a couple of dashes of, we're going for the pineapple and star anise bitters in here. Just stir that down to chill it and get a little bit of dilution. And look, I think, you know, that might be a touch too far, that lime sherbet for one, but the actual bitters might be a touch too far, but really easy to get. Orange bitters, Angostura orange bitters. Most supermarkets or bigger supermarkets carry them. So if you just want to go to orange bitters, that'll work really, really well with like a white and aged rum. That has got the taste profile of a tea punch because of that citrusiness from the lime sherbet. But you've got those pineapple notes that come through there, and that is beautiful. So really good. You don't lose the rum at all. The rum really shines through there. It's just complemented by that touch of lime sugar and those bitters. That is a stunning old fashioned. Right, recipe 4, Pina Colada. Now, bear with me. I love a Pina Colada. I would drink it quite a lot at home if I'm being brutally honest. And I do when I make it like this, but I cannot be asked to shake cocktails that often. So this recipe and method is not a traditional Pina Colada in that sense, but you get the rum and coconut and the pineapple, and you don't have to shake it, and it is super easy. So again, just your favorite. And I think this is definitely a white rum cocktail. Spiced rum, yeah, but you know, I just think the Pina Colada is always better with a lighter white unaged rum. 30, 45 mil, 60 mil, whatever you're going for of your favorite sort of white rum. And then we come down to these two products, and I've always got these in the fridge, and it's just really easy. Pineapple juice, I talk about a lot. Make sure you buy 100% pressed pineapple juice, because that and supermarket owned brands are the same, are just essentially 4 to 6 pineapples pressed down. It's a lot better than the stuff from concentrate. And then coconut water is so easy to get here in the UK. I adore this stuff because it's got a bit of the creamy flesh in it. So you've got that white creaminess as opposed to the clear. But honestly, half and half ratio of pineapple juice to this coconut water, and you've got a really, really good Pina Colada that you don't have to shake at all. And that is so flipping tasty. It's so good. Look, is it as good? It's off camera, but getting your Ninja slushy out, getting your slush puppy Pina Coladas, is it as good? No. But that's a lot of faff and a lot of effort. But if you love pineapple and coconut, heck, that is just a simple, 10-second highball? That is fantastic. For your final recipe, we're going to dive into a Spritz. I think this works really well. People wouldn't necessarily put these two flavours together, but I just think it works superbly well with white rum. So your Spritz glass of choice. And chuck in a good measure, whatever you fancy, of your favourite white rum. Now, I don't know whether it's just the DropWorks rum, but I think the elderflower, the Saint-Germain, just works very, very well with their rums in particular. I haven't honestly tried it with other like this, the English origin white rum. So your Dawleys from Barbados and your Plantaray 3 stars and those kind of rums. I would suspect it might go a little bit better with the Cuban style of rums, Spanish style of rums, but have a little play about, but it works beautifully well with the DropWorks rum. Not too much, 15 ml, half an ounce. Now I'm just going to chuck in a little squeeze of lemon juice. I've got lemon juice pre-poured here, so it'll be about like 10 ml, but just a little squeeze, a little lemon wedge. And then I think this soda is fantastic. Again, really easy to get here in the UK. White grape and apricot. Obviously, the white grape is going to mimic the Prosecco taste. The apricot works well with rum and obviously works well with elderflower as well. So for me, it's just a fantastic mixer. Oh, that is so good. That is proper classy, but fun because you've got that element of sweetness from the elderflower in there. That just works so, so well. I love that soda anyway. White grape and apricot is fantastic with white rum. So there we go. 5 cracking white rum cocktails, simple cocktails, no cocktail shakers. Let me know which one of these you would love to dive into, or do you still prefer a daiquiri? Cheers.